Got to have an angle on the black, otherwise he can't get on to split those three reds. Took a risk, unlucky. And imagine the excitement going on in China as we speak. Probably best part of 150 million going to be watching this game. Playing against undoubtedly the most naturally talented player of all time. Li Wenbo has got a chance of playing against him in the quarter-final at his first visit here to the Crucible. Oh, what an impression he's made on everybody. A very likeable young man. A little bit of a shame about some of the controversy that went on yesterday, but he's a breath of fresh air. I do like this lad.
Well, he went all out for the pot. He didn't see a safety. You can't blame him for that. But that's what you get with this young man. He doesn't turn much down. And here's some tournament stats for us. There you go. Tournament pot success. 92% Ronnie O'Sullivan, 86% Liang Wenbo. If he's going to make a match of this, he needs to raise that. Ball's potted. He's potted more than Ronnie. I think he's played a few more frames. Well, Ronnie just overcutting that. So, Liang Wenbo, after this miss by Ronnie, just a little bit wide of the mark. Chance to get his hand on the table and pot a few balls.
Yes, whatever happens in this match now, at least he can go back to China and say that, I was just about to say, at least I was in front of Ronnie O'Sullivan, but I'm not going to. Yes, I am going to say it. At least I led Ronnie O'Sullivan. Whether he will do it at the end of 2 days remains to be seen.
Yes, so close, but now it's not gone in. He's nicely on the blue. In all honesty, I know this is the World Championship, and obviously this young man would love to win the championship this year. But what he's achieved so far, he'll be happy with, and he's playing. I'm certain he's a big fan of Ronnie O'Sullivan, as most of the Chinese players are. He's setting the standard, so to speak. So he can relax and enjoy this match, you would have thought, will he?
Yes, I think he can compete with Ronnie in one department only. I think he's as good a long potter as Ronnie. I think all the other departments, he's got a lot of catching up to do, especially in the safety department. He's very, very proficient at the potting and break building, but his all-round knowledge is something he will learn over the years, and you can't learn that straight away.
30.
His long pot success rate is just a bit lower than Ronnie's. When you consider Ronnie at one time, John was at 9% in one of his matches against Mark Williams. Couldn't pot a long ball, but
14.
I think the key to this match is going to be the scrappy frames. I'd be surprised if Liang Wenbo won 5% of the scrappy frames.
There's a total of points, but once again Liang Wenbo has played more frames. Was that 13-12 last night against Joe Swale, which was as dramatic as a match as you could have had at the Crucible.
19.
We always come up with one or two matches, but that compares with anything we've seen.
20.
If the red to the right of the black spot pots or the one above the black, he'll play for these two reds. Otherwise he may risk going into the bunch here. He's got a nice angle on the blue, as we let you see from Hawkeye. But it all depends whether these two reds will pot. the way he's played that, obviously one of them definitely will.
Yes, he'd love it to the one right next to the black. Oh, well, does it go? It may just go. If he pots the one immediately to the right of the black, then he'll be on the black. Played it well.
26.
I've never quite picked up what he says to the referee there. I didn't know whether his English is good enough to ask for clean the cue ball please, or does he just point? Does he? I don't know whether I can pick that up sometime during today, because I don't know how good his English is. I don't think very.
$33. 34.
Just a little cannon there to the edge. Doesn't have to play it hard. He'll still be on the loose red. Well, I'm surprised. I suppose he thought maybe he could leave it low and just pot this red and stun into him, but it looked a perfect opportunity there to bring a few reds into play.
Yes, and now we'll know after the way he plays this shot whether it has finished low. Yeah, it's finished low, so he can bring a couple of reds out, but could lose the white a little bit. Hasn't done, played it
42.
perfectly. Well, what a start this is for the young man. Already on 42. Surely he couldn't start with a century in his first frame in a quarter-final. He did make his first crucible
49.
century against Joe Swell in the match yesterday evening. That's always something to remember.
$50.
Just a little bounce there, but it's not affected the run of the cue ball. He's inch perfect on the blue. You see, perfect. He can hold for the loose reds, or he could play a little cannon. Depends how he sees it. Well, this is a
55.
marvellous start for the young man. A lot of people
56.
wondering what that match last evening took out of him. By the looks of this, nothing at all. There you see it, 63 ahead, 75 remaining.
63.
That equates to just this red and a colour, and Ronnie will need snookers.
It'd be handy if this wasn't straight. He could just run through as Ronnie looks on and flick another red into play. Might be able to do that. Not quite.
64.
So to get the only reason I was saying that, to get a century, the red on the right hand side of the pack will pot. Now ideally he'd like to get on this just off straight, and then he can bring other reds into play when playing the run through for the next black. Pot's in the middle as well though, so he may play for the middle. He has done. The applause from the crowd tells you they're aware that Ronnie O'Sullivan's going to be 1-0 behind. This was Ronnie's miss.
$72.
I'm just wondering, now he's potted that red, whether there's the red that's just loose of that cluster of 4, whether that goes into the left corner. But what a superb start. He's had complete control of the cue ball. That red wouldn't go in the same pocket as the black, so playing it in the far left corner. And never looked in any trouble with it.
Yeah, this has been excellent. This is the key one for the century. Got to have an angle on the black, otherwise he can't get on to split those 3 reds. Took a risk, unlucky. Just needed that white to swing a little bit
80.
to the left. Playing the double. Oh, he's just playing safe.
Leon Wembo, 80 on the frame.
Well, there you go. Ronnie O'Sullivan, maximum man. Had one go at red, missed it.